Video take 2 of a boiling pot. Now I started recording this video just a while ago and I picked up my camera, the old GoPro 8. It's been a good little camera, man, but don't you just hate it when you pull it up, turn it on. I hadn't turned it on since yesterday. It says there's 22% on the battery. I start recording and it bombs out in like 10 seconds. Anyways, what I want to get to is this boiling pot right here. What is it? What could it be? Guess what? It's a pot of pinto beans. Look at there. Look at them beans boiling. Does that look good? Guess what? I'll give you my recipe on this. I looked it up on the internet just like you would probably do if you were gonna. You don't know if you'll ever find this video. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, there's an onion in there. I didn't put much onion. I'm not really big on it. I like the flavor though. Real simple recipe right here. You get a thing of beans, I think it's a pound, in a package. You soak it in water. Put the beans in a pot just like this one. Soak it in water. Cover it. Cover the beans. By a good inch, really, I don't think it's gonna hurt if you fill this pot all the way up or whatever. I don't think too much water is really gonna hurt on your soaking. Soak it, says, for 8 hours overnight, whatever. What I did, I went to work when I was leaving to go to work this morning. I did it. Come back home, all the water was soaked up into the beans. They were all swollen up. Well, I'm sorry. There was still water in the pot, actually, but the beans had soaked up a lot, and the ones on top were kind of sitting there dry. So, put them in a colander, rinsed them off. Actually, to tell you the truth, what I really did was I filled the pot. First, I filled the pot with water and let them soak for longer. In fact, I might have let them go for 3 or 4 more hours. To tell you the truth, I can't remember exactly how I did it. I think I saw the dry ones on top when I got home from work, and I filled it back up and covered them again. Came back a couple of hours later, dumped them out into a colander, rinsed them off, filled this pot back up with water, dumped the beans in it. I didn't get the water boiling first. They didn't seem to, say that you need to do that. They said put them in the pot and cook them. So I put the beans in the pot. Some people like to get the water boiling first. I put the beans in the pot. Again, I'd already put the water in there. They said 10 cups. I didn't measure it because I knew there's only so much that's going to go in this pot right here. So, I filled it up, 3/4 of the way, 2/3 of the way, something like that. Dumped the beans in there. Filled it up pretty close to the top. Was really a little more than what I really wanted for boiling, actually. But from there, I got it boiling. They said you get them boiling and then you turn it down. I altered the recipe a little bit because one account that I read said to cook them for 1 hour boiling, and then when I went back today checking, it said 2 hours. But I saw one that said 1.5. So what I did was, I've been boiling these beans a little bit longer. I said, well, I'm gonna boil them for about 30 minutes because I like my stuff done. And right now they've probably been boiling for maybe 30 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. Probably close to that. So at this point, I'm gonna turn this burner down and let them do more simmering. But I'll give you the recipe right quick. I did what I said already as far as the beans went. I cut up a slice of onion. I used Vidalia onion. I put a big nice slice and diced it up, put it in there. It wasn't nowhere near half an onion, so some people call for that. But you know, I don't like as much. I just like the flavor of it more than I really like eating the onion. Uh, Salt. I took a grinder and just shook it in there. I think they said a teaspoon of salt. I used some Rachel Ray. What I've been using, I got some Rachel Ray seasoning, a grinder right here. This is my go-to right here, man. This is what I always use a lot of pepper in my cooking. And as far as the onion, you know, other than that, there's one more thing that I did that I didn't see anybody recommend, but I was kind of surprised. I took this spoon right here and got a pretty good sized spoonful of bacon grease. Maybe that's gonna mess it up because I didn't see anybody, but I'll save bacon grease, and I've been cooking with it. I know a lot of the old timers do that. But yeah, these are good old pinto beans until they're nowhere near done. But maybe I'll check back later and let you know how it turned out. Show you the end result later. For right now, I'm going to cover them back up. You can see the boiling's slowed down, and I'm going to let them cook.